Welcome to Rome, the eternal city, where centuries of history, art, and legend converge into one timeless masterpiece. Few places on Earth possess the same magic, where ancient ruins stand not as relics of the past, but as living echoes of an empire that once ruled the world. Here, history breathes through every archway and cobblestone. Every piazza, every monument, every golden ray of sunlight reveals another chapter of Rome's eternal story, one of ambition, artistry, and divine inspiration. Our journey begins at the Colosseum, the grand arena that once roared with the cheers of thousands as gladiators fought for glory and honor. From there, we stand beneath the magnificent dome of the Pantheon, a triumph of Roman engineering that has defied time for nearly 2,000 years. Wandering through the Roman Forum, we walk in the footsteps of emperors and philosophers through what was once the beating heart of political and social life in the ancient world. But Rome is far more than its ruins. It is a city of breathtaking beauty, from the graceful fountains of Piazza Navona to the timeless romance of the Trevi Fountain, where hopes and wishes are cast into shimmering waters. Every vista, every sound, every flavor seems to remind us why Rome is often called one of the most enchanting cities on Earth. From monumental basilicas to hidden alleyways steeped in mystery, from legendary battles to divine artistry, Rome is a city that continues to captivate the soul. So join us as we journey through time and discover the wonders of Rome, the eternal city. Trevi Fountain. A short, sunlit walk of just 700 meters from the Spanish Steps brings you through winding cobblestone streets, past elegant boutiques and centuries-old facades until the sound of rushing water begins to echo through the narrow lanes. Follow that sound, and you'll find yourself standing before one of Rome's most breathtaking wonders, the Trevi Fountain. Majestic, theatrical, and endlessly captivating, the Trevi Fountain isn't just another landmark. It's a living work of art that captures the very spirit of Baroque Rome. The vision began with Nicola Salvi in 1732, whose design was chosen to replace an older fountain that once stood beside the Palazzo Poli. He imagined something far greater, a monumental stage of stone and water, where gods, legends, and craftsmanship would meet. Inspired by a concept from Pietro da Cortona, Salvi envisioned a triumphal arch bursting with life. Mythological figures rising from sculpted cliffs, water cascading like liquid crystal, and every detail telling a story of power and harmony. After 3 decades of work, and following Salvi's death in 1751, Giuseppe Panini completed the masterpiece in 1762, refining its final details with grace and precision. Towering 26 meters high and stretching 49 meters wide, the fountain commands the square with its grandeur. At its center, Oceanus, sculpted by Pietro Bracci, rides a chariot drawn by seahorses, one calm, one wild, guided by tritons, who embody the dual nature of the sea. Flanking him, the serene figures of abundance and health add balance to this magnificent scene. For centuries, travelers have stood before these waters, tossing coins over their shoulders, not just for luck, but for the promise of returning to Rome. Because once you've stood before the Trevi Fountain, bathed in golden light and the music of cascading water, a part of your heart never truly leaves. Piazza di Spagna and the Spanish Steps. Few places capture the soul of Rome quite like Piazza di Spagna, where history, elegance, and everyday life flow together beneath the Roman sun. From the graceful heights of Trinità dei Monti Church, the Spanish Steps sweep down in a breathtaking cascade, linking the serene hilltop to the lively square below. Completed in 1725, this magnificent staircase of 135 steps was built to gracefully connect Piazza di Spagna below with the elegant Trinità dei Monti Church above. A Baroque masterpiece, the Spanish Steps stand as one of the most iconic symbols of Rome's enduring architectural splendor. Despite their name, the Spanish Steps owe their title to the nearby Spanish embassy to the Holy See, rather than any historical link to Spain itself. At the foot of the staircase lies the charming Piazza di Spagna, one of Rome's most captivating and beloved squares. Here you'll find the Fontana della Barcaccia, a delicate Baroque fountain sculpted by Pietro Bernini, the father of the legendary artist Gian Lorenzo Bernini. Its unique design, a half-sunken boat, was inspired by the tale of a small vessel left behind after the Tiber River flooded the city centuries ago. Through time, the Spanish Steps have become more than a historic landmark. They've become a gathering place where locals and travelers alike pause to relax and watch the lively rhythm of Roman life unfold. Surrounding streets brim with luxury boutiques and quaint cafes, adding a touch of elegance and vibrancy to this timeless corner of the city. From top to bottom, Piazza di Spagna and the Spanish Steps embody the true essence of Rome: graceful, timeless, and alive. Piazza Navona. Just a few hundred meters west of the Pantheon, Piazza Navona opens like a grand theatrical stage, a stunning showcase of fountains, sculptures, and Baroque elegance. For centuries, this space lay forgotten, its ancient form buried beneath time. Only in the 15th century was it revived and transformed into the magnificent square we see today, encircled by graceful buildings and adorned with masterpieces of stone and water. Widely regarded as one of the finest expressions of Baroque architecture in Rome, Piazza Navona flourished during the 17th century under Pope Innocent X, becoming a living canvas of art and imagination. Dominating the square is the Church of Sant'Agnès in Agon, dedicated to the young martyr Sant'Agnès, who is said to have suffered here in ancient times. Its soaring dome and lavish frescoes painted by Ciro Ferri and Sebastiano Corbellini reflect the opulence and spiritual grandeur of the Baroque age. At the square's centre stands Bernini's Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi, the Fountain of the Four Rivers, an extraordinary creation where marble and water unite in motion and harmony. Each statue represents a great river from a different continent: the Nile, the Ganges, the Danube, and the Rio de la Plata, symbolizing the reach of faith and the unity of the world. Every detail of Piazza Navona, from its sweeping architecture to the play of light on sculpted stone, captures the very essence of Rome's artistic soul. Today, it remains a small paradise for travelers, a place where history, art, and beauty flow together in timeless harmony. Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi. In the very heart of Piazza Navona stands the breathtaking Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi, the Fountain of the Four Rivers, a Baroque masterpiece that captures the grandeur and imagination of Gian Lorenzo Bernini at his finest. Commissioned by Pope Innocent X Pamphilj between 1644 and 1655, the fountain was created to glorify his papal reign, enhancing the splendor of the nearby Sant'Agnese in Agon Church and the Pamphilj Palace that overlooks the square. At its center rises a dramatic travertine rock formation, surmounted by an ancient Egyptian obelisk of red granite, once standing in the Circus of Maxentius. This towering structure forms the stage upon which four colossal river gods take their places, each representing one of the great rivers of the known world. The Danube, sculpted by Antonio Ercole Raggi, embodies Europe, accompanied by a noble horse, a symbol of strength and grace. The Ganges, carved by Claude Poussin, represents Asia, holding a long oar that signifies the river's navigability, while a dragon coils nearby. The Nile, the work of Giacomo Antonio Fancelli, stands for Africa, its head veiled to signify the mystery of the river's undiscovered source. Finally, the Rio de la Plata, sculpted by Francesco Baratta, personifies America, raising an arm in astonishment, while an armadillo crouches at his feet, a tribute to the continent's exotic nature. Today, Fontana dei Quattro Fiumi remains more than just a fountain. It is a living sculpture, where stone, water, and legend merge to celebrate the creative spirit of Rome. Pantheon. About 700 meters southwest from the Trevi Fountain, the path opens onto one of Rome's most extraordinary landmarks, the majestic Pantheon, a masterpiece of ancient engineering that has stood for nearly 2 millennia. Originally commissioned by Marcus Agrippa in 27 BC, and later rebuilt by Emperor Hadrian between AD 118 and 128, the Pantheon remains one of the best preserved monuments of the ancient world. Today, it is officially known as the Basilica of Santa Maria ad Martires, standing proudly in the heart of Rome as a living testament to ancient genius. Celebrated as one of the best-preserved monuments of the Roman world, it continues to astonish with its flawless design and enduring beauty. Unlike the traditional rectangular temples of its time, the Pantheon's revolutionary circular design is crowned by a vast concrete dome, an engineering marvel that has inspired architects for centuries. Measuring 43 meters across, the dome is supported by 6-meter-thick walls, reinforced with hidden arches, giving it an almost impossible sense of balance and strength. At its very center lies the oculus, a perfect circular opening nearly 8 meters wide, flooding the interior with a celestial beam of sunlight that shifts gracefully across the marble floor throughout the day. What makes the structure truly remarkable is the ingenious composition of its lightweight concrete, which becomes progressively lighter toward the top, a detail that has allowed the dome to endure the passage of time. Approaching the Pantheon, visitors pass beneath a grand portico of towering Corinthian columns and massive bronze doors, a gateway that hints at the wonder within. Inside, the air is cool and serene. Colorful marbles line the walls, and deep niches once held statues of gods, emperors, and heroes, silent witnesses to Rome's glory. Since its consecration as the Church of Santa Maria Rotonda in AD 609, the Pantheon has remained not only a marvel of design, but also a symbol of faith, art, and timeless ingenuity, the very essence of Rome's enduring spirit. The Colosseum. A short 1-kilometer walk southeast from the Roman Forum brings you to the legendary Colosseum, the most enduring symbol of Imperial Rome. Also known as the Flavian Amphitheatre, the Colosseum stands as one of the greatest architectural wonders of the ancient world. As the largest amphitheatre ever constructed, it could accommodate between 50,000 and 80,000 spectators within its towering stone walls. Built to host gladiatorial games, animal hunts, and public spectacles, it featured an intricate underground network known as the hypogeum, where warriors and wild beasts waited in the shadows. Its elegant blend of Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian columns showcased the brilliance of Roman engineering and design. Constructed from stone and concrete, the amphitheatre relied on a system of barrel and groin vaults for stability, stretching 189 by 156 meters in size, a marvel of both strength and symmetry. Above, a vast retractable awning called the velarium once shaded thousands of spectators from the blazing Roman sun. Historians estimate that more than 400,000 people and 1 million animals lost their lives in the brutal spectacles that once filled this arena. During the Middle Ages, the Colosseum found new purposes, serving as a fortress, a quarry for building materials, and eventually a Christian shrine. Severe earthquakes in the 14th and 18th centuries inflicted heavy damage, yet the structure still stands with remarkable resilience. Now recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it ranks among the most visited landmarks on Earth. Its architectural design has inspired the creation of countless modern stadiums around the world, proof of the Romans' lasting influence on engineering and culture. When illuminated after sunset, the Colosseum glows with timeless grandeur, captivating millions of visitors each year. Nearly 2,000 years after its construction, it remains a monumental tribute to Rome's enduring spirit and eternal legacy. Trajan Forum and Trajan Market. The Forum and Markets of Trajan stand as awe-inspiring achievements of imperial ambition, conceived under Emperor Trajan in the early 2nd century AD. Unveiled in 112 AD, the Trajan Forum was the final and most magnificent of Rome's imperial fora, reflecting the empire at the height of its glory. Stretching nearly 280 by 190 meters, its vast marble square was framed by soaring colonnades and monumental halls that embodied Rome's unmatched power. A grand triumphal arch once welcomed visitors, commemorating Trajan's victories, especially his conquest of Dacia, though only remnants whisper of its past today. At its heart rose the Basilica Ulpia, a vast civic hall for law and public life, while nearby the iconic Trajan's Column spiraled skyward, narrating his campaigns in exquisite sculpted detail. Beside the Forum, the markets of Trajan formed a tiered complex, unlike anything before, a vibrant center of trade, often hailed as the world's first shopping mall. Ingeniously carved into Quirinal Hill, the structure maximized light, space, and movement, bringing remarkable efficiency to the flow of daily commerce. Buzzing with merchants, citizens, and travelers, the markets became both a commercial and social heartbeat of ancient Rome. Today, their enduring ruins still command admiration, timeless witnesses to Rome's architectural genius and imperial splendor. Roman Forum. Just 600 meters south of the Colosseum lies the Roman Forum, the ancient soul of the city, surrounded by time-worn temples and majestic basilicas. Once the beating heart of the Roman Empire, the Forum served for centuries as the vibrant center of civic life, where history itself was written. Within this bustling square, great decisions were made, triumphs celebrated, and the course of civilization forever altered, a place where politics, commerce, and culture intertwined. Dating back to the 8th century BC, the Forum began as a humble marketplace before evolving into the nucleus of Roman society. During the Republic era, 509 BC, 27 BC, it became the grand stage for public debate, political assemblies, and even gladiatorial contests. Magnificent temples dedicated to gods such as Jupiter, Saturn, and Vesta lined its edges, reflecting the deep bond between faith and daily Roman life. As the empire expanded, so too did the Forum's magnificence. Emperors like Julius Caesar and Augustus commissioned monumental projects that transformed it into a breathtaking showcase of imperial power. Beyond politics, the Forum thrived with energy and enterprise. The vast basilicae hosted court proceedings and business negotiations, while merchants filled the surrounding streets, serving the city's growing population. But as the empire declined in the 4th century AD, the Forum's glory began to fade. Once grand temples and arches crumbled, overtaken by time and the elements, until by the Middle Ages, the site lay forgotten beneath the earth. Centuries later, during the Renaissance, a renewed passion for antiquity brought scholars and explorers back unearthing the ruins of what was once the heart of the ancient world. Vatican City. Just north of St. Peter's Basilica lies Vatican City, the smallest sovereign state on earth and the spiritual center of the Catholic world. Formally established in 1929 under the Lateran Treaty, it serves as the official residence of the Pope and the administrative seat of the Holy See. Its origins reach back to the 4th century, when Emperor Constantine ordered the construction of St. Peter's Basilica, above what was believed to be the tomb of the Apostle himself. Over the centuries, the Vatican evolved into a global center of faith, art, and culture, drawing millions of pilgrims and travelers each year. Protected by the Swiss Guard, this independent enclave maintains its own postal system, banking network, and economy, largely supported by tourism and contributions from Catholics worldwide. Latin and Italian serve as its official languages, though the voices of visitors from every corner of the globe create a symphony of tongues within its walls. The Vatican museums, among the most renowned in the world, hold priceless collections of art, including Michelangelo's sublime frescoes in the Sistine Chapel. Dominating the skyline, St. Peter's Basilica remains both an architectural wonder and a beacon of spiritual devotion. Beyond the grand facades lie the tranquil Vatican gardens, their manicured greenery offering a moment of peace and reflection amid the city's sacred atmosphere. Unique institutions such as the Vatican Bank, the Postal Service, and the Swiss Guard reveal a miniature world functioning within its ancient walls. As a centre of global diplomacy, Vatican City maintains relations with more than 180 nations, bridging faith and politics on the world stage. Nestled in the heart of Rome, and just a short distance from landmarks like the Colosseum, the Pantheon, and the Trevi Fountain, the Vatican stands as an essential stop for anyone exploring the Eternal City. Castel Sant'Angelo. From Vatican City, a short 1-kilometre walk east along the Tiber River leads to Castel Sant'Angelo, a massive circular fortress that has served as an imperial tomb, a papal stronghold, and now one of Rome's most captivating landmarks. Originally conceived as a grand mausoleum for Emperor Hadrian, the structure remains a striking testament to Roman engineering and endurance. Constructed between 134 and 139 AD, it first housed the ashes of Hadrian and several succeeding emperors. By the 5th century, the mausoleum was transformed into a military fortress, later incorporated into Rome's defensive Aurelian walls. In the 14th century, it took on new importance as a papal refuge during times of turmoil and invasion. A secret corridor, known as the Passetto di Borgo, was built to link it directly to the Vatican Palace, offering popes a secure escape route in times of danger. Over the centuries, the fortress was repeatedly reinforced, evolving into one of the most impenetrable strongholds in Rome. By the dawn of the 20th century, the fortress had laid down its arms and entered a new chapter in history. Now home to the Museo Nazionale di Castel Sant'Angelo, it offers visitors a vivid window into its extraordinary transformation from the resting place of emperors to the refuge of popes. Inside, visitors can explore a rich collection of paintings, sculptures, and military artifacts, including exquisite frescoes in the Sala Paolina. The original prison cells and papal apartments remain intact, offering an eerie yet fascinating glimpse into its complex past. With its monumental architecture and turbulent history, Castel Sant'Angelo stands as a living monument to Rome's imperial and papal legacy. Palatine Hill. After witnessing the grandeur of the Colosseum, the journey continues just 500 meters away to Palatine Hill, one of the most storied sites in all of Rome. As one of the city's legendary 7 hills, it is regarded as the cradle of Rome's history, once crowned with the lavish palaces of emperors and nobility. According to ancient myth, it was here, in 753 BC, that Romulus, nurtured by a she-wolf alongside his twin Remus, founded the city that would one day rule the world. Archaeological discoveries reveal that the hill was inhabited as early as the 10th century BC, marking it among the earliest settlements in Rome. By the 1st century BC, Palatine Hill had become the city's most exclusive address, home to emperors, aristocrats, and statesmen of immense power. Today, visitors can walk among the remains of magnificent imperial residences, including the House of Augustus and the Domus Augustana. One of the site's enduring mysteries is the Hippodrome of Domitian, thought to have served either as a private racetrack or a grand ornamental garden. From the summit of Palatine Hill, breathtaking views stretch across the Roman Forum, the Colosseum, and the modern city beyond a panorama that bridges past and present. Easily reached from the Colosseo or Circo Massimo metro stations, Palatine Hill remains an essential stop for anyone seeking to walk in the footsteps of Rome's origins. St. Peter's Basilica. Standing proudly in the heart of Vatican City, St. Peter's Basilica is among the most magnificent and spiritually significant churches ever built. Construction began in 1506 under Pope Julius II and reached completion in 1615 during the papacy of Pope Paul V. Designed in the shape of a Latin cross, the basilica is crowned by an immense central dome rising above the high altar, symbolizing heaven itself. Some of history's greatest masters, Bramante, Michelangelo, and Bernini, each left their genius upon its breathtaking design. Michelangelo's monumental dome, later completed by Giacomo della Porta, remains one of the most recognizable silhouettes in all of Rome. Inside, visitors are met with timeless masterpieces, including Michelangelo's Pietà and Bernini's Baldachin, both radiating divine artistry. Outside, St. Peter's Square, also designed by Bernini, embraces the faithful with its sweeping colonnades, symbolizing the open arms of the church. For centuries, the basilica held the title of the world's largest church, a record that lasted until 1989. Today, it continues to serve as both a major pilgrimage destination and the spiritual heart of Catholicism. With its awe-inspiring architecture and profound history, St. Peter's Basilica continues to inspire and captivate millions of visitors from around the world. The Roman Appian Way. The Via Appia Antica, or Appian Way, is one of the oldest and most legendary roads in Rome, once serving as a vital gateway into the Eternal City. Stretching southeast, beyond the ancient city walls, this historic route runs for nearly 10 miles, leading from Rome's heart into the tranquil countryside. In antiquity, the Appian Way extended even farther, reaching Brundisium, today's Brindisi, at the heel of Italy. It was commissioned in 312 BCE by Consul Appius Claudius Caecus, whose name the road still bears. Built to speed up troop movement during the Second Samnite War, it also revolutionized trade and transport between Rome and the region of Campania. Celebrated as the Regina Viarum, or Queen of Roads, the Appian Way earned its title not only for its historical importance, but also for the breathtaking landscapes that accompany it. A well-preserved stretch near the Cecilia Metella Mausoleum still showcases its original paving stones, where deep wheel ruts carved by centuries of use remain visible today. Flanked by towering cypress trees and scattered ruins, the Appian Way offers a journey through time, a poetic blend of history and nature that captures the enduring spirit of ancient Rome. Trastevere. Roughly 4 kilometers northwest of the ancient Appian Way, the district of Trastevere welcomes visitors with its timeless beauty and vibrant character. Known as one of Rome's most captivating neighborhoods, Trastevere is celebrated for its bohemian energy, narrow cobblestone streets, and effortlessly artistic charm. Nestled along the west bank of the Tiber River, it perfectly balances the echoes of antiquity with the pulse of modern Roman life. At its heart lies Piazza di Santa Maria in Trastevere, home to one of Rome's oldest churches, the Basilica of Our Lady in Trastevere. The square's central fountain serves as a lively meeting point, where locals and travellers gather to relax, talk, and savour a refreshing gelato beneath the Roman sun. As you wander through its winding lanes, you'll encounter medieval churches, artisan workshops, and vibrant street art that reflect the neighbourhood's creative soul. Trastevere is also a haven for food lovers, from rustic trattorias, serving traditional Roman dishes, to modern restaurants, offering inventive twists on classic flavours. When evening falls, the district transforms into a buzzing hub of nightlife, alive with the sounds of laughter, music, and clinking glasses. Unlike the city's more tourist-heavy areas, Trastevere retains a rare authenticity, a living snapshot of old Rome that feels both historic and alive. Many visit Trastevere to admire its layered history and timeless architecture. Others are captivated by its artistic soul and ever-changing rhythm. But what truly defines this neighbourhood is its quiet beauty, vivid facades, flowered balconies, and secret courtyards that capture the heart of Rome's living heritage. Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore. Basilica di Santa Maria Maggiore, the miracle of the snows. Santa Maria Maggiore, one of Rome's 4 major papal basilicas, is the largest Marian church in the city, dedicated to the Virgin Mary. According to legend, its foundation traces back to a miraculous event in 358 CE, when the Virgin Mary appeared in a dream to Pope Liberius and a Roman nobleman, instructing them to build a church where snow would fall in the heat of summer. This miracle, the miracle of the snows, is commemorated each year on August 5th, with a symbolic shower of white petals drifting through the basilica. Consecrated in 432 CE, after the Council of Ephesus affirmed Mary as the Mother of God, the basilica retains much of its original character despite centuries of renovation. The central nave is adorned with 5th-century mosaics depicting Old Testament scenes, while the triumphal arch displays intricate images of Christ's childhood. The apse, redesigned in the 13th century under Pope Nicholas IV, shines with stunning mosaics celebrating the life of Mary. Santa Maria Maggiore is also home to the revered icon Salus Populi Romani, believed to have been painted by Saint Luke, long venerated as a protector of the city. This sacred image is housed in the Pauline Chapel, where generations of Romans have come to pray for peace and deliverance. Outside, the basilica's neoclassical facade, designed by Ferdinando Fuga in the 18th century, features a magnificent loggia decorated with medieval mosaics, illustrating Mary's apparition to Pope Liberius. Its 76-meter Romanesque bell tower, the tallest in Rome, dominates the skyline and completes this masterpiece of sacred architecture. In 2023, Pope Francis announced his wish to be buried here, departing from the long-standing tradition of papal interment at St. Peter's Basilica.